The next two tools on our tool palette are the Freehand tool, which looks like a pencil, and the Bezier tool, which looks like a pen. Now let's take a look at the Freehand tool first. So if I select it, you notice right away I get some options along my top toolbar. I have mode where I can leave my lines in jagged pointy lines, or I can have them all smoothed off, and I can control the amount of smoothing that occurs. And under the shape tool we can make some shapes fall through other lines also. So let's keep this at none. We'll leave these settings the way they are, so when I take my Freehand tool and I draw a line, you notice that line stays the way it's drawn. If I switch over to my smooth path, choose that tool and draw another similar line, you'll notice that that line gets smoothed off, so it's all nicely rounded. There's no sharp jagged edges. So we can try those two methods. You can play with the smoothing tool to see how that works. Moving on to the Bezier tool. This tool works in a number of different ways. Again, we have some similar options up here. Our line being left the way it is. We have it being smoothed off. We have a sequence of straight line segments. And we also have this tool which locks our lines into being horizontal or vertical. So we'll do a little example of each. So in this case, I'm going to click, and every time I click, it connects those lines together. If I click and drag, you'll notice I get handles that allow me to put some curves into my lines. And then double click to end. I'll select the smoothing option and try it again. Double click to end. And let's try this option. So all my lines, regardless of what I do with my pen, stay horizontal and vertical. So at times that could be very useful, at times it could be a bit of an issue. And of course all of these shapes you're able to fill. Of course it may not give you the fill pattern you want, but you can fill them because the beginning and end nodes will self-connect and give you what you need. Now with either one of these tools, if you want to create a simple shape that fills in evenly, just make sure you end on the shape you started with. And there we can fill it in nice and cleanly. If you need to edit the line tool with any one of these, simply double click and go up to fill and stroke options, and we have the options to change what we need. We can change the fill, we can change the stroke. Okay, so now this has a nice green outline to it. Okay, so there is the Freehand tool and the Bezier tool. They can be useful. Try them out.